Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be telling you guys how I chose my career. And this will actually be two different videos because I have two careers. So I figured, each career will get its own dedicated video. So the first video, I'm going to be talking about how I chose my career as an engineer. Engineering was something that I've always been interested in ever since I was maybe 8 or 9 years old. For a while I wanted to do architecture, but I kind of realized as I got older I was really good at problem solving, and I was really good at making things work, not just designing things. So it was funny when I was 11 or 12, before I knew that shower caddies existed, before I knew that they were a thing, I made my own shower caddy. And it was funny because I have a lot of hair supplies and a lot of, products I use and all that. So I would keep them in my room, and when I would go to take a shower and wash my hair, I would bring down my little shower caddy, rather than just, leaving them all in the bathroom. So anyway, what I did was I used this little, just basic basket from the dollar store. And it was one of those little baskets that have the holes in it. And it was maybe this big, and it had a little handle on it. And what I did was, mind you, I was only 11 at the time. I took a pants hanger and clipped it onto the handle, and I used hair ties and tied it around so that way I could hang it up in the shower. And I know that probably sounds totally crazy, but at the time I just was something that I just thought of. And then I got older and I realized, for one, shower caddies exist. I don't have to do this anymore. But it was really interesting. I would always do little things like that. On my bicycle when I was a child, I took a little clock almost. I don't know what, yeah, a little clock, but it was an alarm clock. And it was this big, just a little teeny tiny one you would get at the Walmart for a couple dollars. And it ran on batteries, obviously. It wasn't one you plugged in. And I duct taped it to my bike so that way I knew what time it was, and I knew what time I had to be home for dinner. So when me and all my friends were outside riding our bike, I always knew what time it was. I was always doing little things like that as a child. And then as I got older and I started playing video games, of course I was obsessed with The Sims, as most of us were. But my favorite one was Roller Coaster Tycoon, and particularly Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, because I love sandbox mode. Just being able to build whatever you want is incredible to me. So I was totally obsessed with that, and I just knew this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. This is it. This is going to be my career. So the first time I visited an amusement park, I want to say I was 13, and I went to Cedar Point twice that summer. And then I think it was the following summer was when I went to Kings Island for the first time. And when I went to Kings Island for the first time, that's when it really hit home. This is what I want to do. I want to be an engineer. I want to work, hopefully someday, with amusement parks or water parks or just anything, in the amusement industry, because it's just, I love it. It's what I want to do. It's totally my passion. So that was how I came to that conclusion. As you guys know, if you watched my other video, I talk about I do have a learning disability, and being an engineer and having a learning disability is not easy. It's not, there's been a lot of obstacles, a lot of roadblocks along the way, but, like I mentioned in that video, there was never any doubt in my mind. I always knew, this is it. I'm gonna be an engineer. I don't care what it takes. I don't care what I have to do to get through school. I will retake classes if I fail them. I will go to a different school if, I'm having issues. I will do whatever I have to do. So that's kind of where I'm at now. I'm almost done with school, and I'm very excited. So yes, that's pretty much it. That's how I chose my career. And like I said, there was never a doubt in my mind. And it's just something that I always knew I was good at. It was something I always knew I was passionate about, and I just have that drive to do that, to be an engineer. And if you also have a similar drive like that with you know, whatever it is, whether it's engineering, whether it's, you know, you want to be a photographer, or you want to be an artist, you want to be a doctor, whatever it is, you know, if you want to be an astronaut, a veterinarian, no matter what, like, go for it. Because there's nothing that I find more upsetting than when people talk about their passions and their dreams and they say, oh, but it'll never happen, or, you know, I could have done this, but I didn't because, you know, I had bills to pay and I just, you know, it didn't work out. Just don't let there be excuses, because if I would have let there be excuses, I wouldn't even be here right now. Like, I would not even be talking to you about engineering right now, because I would have given up so long ago. But, you know, I knew, like, this is it. This is what I want to do. There was never a doubt in my mind. So, you know, if you have that passion for something, definitely go for it. Definitely stick with it. You know, don't give up, because you never know what could have been. It might seem like you have a few obstacles to get over at the beginning, but once you get over those obstacles, the rest of your life, you will be so happy you did it, and you'll be so proud. You know, the way I see it, even with all of my obstacles, my learning disability, everything, as long as I have my master's degree by the time I'm 30, I'm 24 right now. So, I mean, I don't know how long it's going to take. I don't know. But as long as I have my master's degree by the time I'm 30 or sometime before that, I consider myself successful. You know, I mean, that's not unreasonable. Some people think, you know, if they didn't get a degree by the time they're 21, then it's just like, oh, well, I'm not going to bother. You know, don't let that be you. And if your dream doesn't even involve a degree, maybe you have something else you want to do. You want to start your own business. You want to, you know, have like anything, no matter what it is. You want to be a shoe designer. You know, you want to have your own line of shoes. Like, go for it. Do whatever it takes, because, you know, we need more people who are passionate about their careers and who are passionate about what they do, because, you know, so many important fields, people just kind of get a job just to say, you know, I have a job to pay the bills, but that's no way to live. Like, life is too short for that. And that was always my thing that kept me going, is just, you know, life is too short. I don't want to have some random job. You know, I want a career. I want something that I know I will be passionate about. You know, like that saying, they say, if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life, or whatever. Couldn't agree with that more. So, yeah. I know this video is pretty short, but, you know, like I said, that's pretty much it. There wasn't really any, like, deciding factor as to, like, why I chose to be an engineer. It was just something that, you know, like I said, ever since I was a child, I've just, you know, shown those signs, like, little things. I was always building stuff, putting stuff together. Of course, I played with Legos and all of that. That's, like, goes without saying. But just, like, weird little things that I would do, you know, like I said, just fixing things, building things, putting things together from a young age just was a no-brainer. And, you know, I just knew, like, okay, I have to do this. Like, it would be a shame to let all those skills go to waste, because I know that I have a knack for that. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, please be sure to give it a like and subscribe to my channel. The next video will be part 2, and I will be talking about how I chose my career as a personal trainer. And that one's a little bit more complex. So go check out that video. And thank you for watching.